Another year to face, another life to live, another day. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Taylor Jones, and by the way, you don't see me do this every day. As you can tell, I'm busy ironing my clothes. But it's been a while since I did a video where I'm talking to you guys, watching. Now, for those that wondered, I did do some rap videos, and similar to the Thinking About You, I just take a photo and create it as a 12-inch hit single type cover that you see. And the latest song I ever did was DG. And for those that didn't watch it, don't worry, the link will be in the description bar down below. But anyway, what am I here to talk about today? Well, since it's July, I'm going to give you some advice. Now, for those that's getting prepared to go back to school next month, all I can do is wish you all well. And also to advise you to overcome your lazy ways, because we all need to improve. Starting with me, because when I get back to school, I have to put my whole life on blast. Well, I don't know what to say, so it's kind of hard to explain. However, it takes time to figure things out, how you're going to say it. See, it's not new. Nothing is new anymore, ladies and gentlemen, except for the days. So, half of the year is gone. First 6 months we've been through turmoil, but at the same time success. We've seen a lot of individuals struggling day after day, and of course we hear a lot of people saying, man, I can't wait to get my fourth stimulus check, but how much are we gonna get? Will it be $1,400? Will it be $3,000? $3,600? Unless it's the child laws I'm referring to. Well, why does that even matter? Because we individuals don't know when to accept facts. The government, the U.S. government, can sometimes cause us to not be fair. I mean, we have been unfair for so many years, but come on now, give it up. This is different now. Have you ever thought about what's it like to live through July all the way through December? Have you ever thought about making goals? Like, first half of the year is dead. How can I make this year better? Well, for starters, hold on a second. I had to walk all the way to my desk to grab a yellow piece of paper. And sometimes in real life, what we fail to realize is that we're not asking the main questions. We ask like who, what, where, when, why, and how for the wrong reasons. Like, we're not thinking with our minds. So I got a yellow piece of paper, and if you could see this yourself, despite some of these are written in pen, color, 4-color pen. I mean, there's so many questions in this world, but we're not asking the true questions. For examples, we got to ask questions that starts with the question phrase, when will I ... And I got mine in alphabetical order. For instance, when will I, and that includes all y'all that's watching, we need to ask this. A, when will I act my age? When will I be aware of my surroundings? C, communicate with others. Those three questions are simple. And every answer that comes out of it is the same answer. If you're thinking the answer is now, ding ding ding, correct. Because right now is the best time to do it. But for right now, you might want to take it slow. I mean, you can't rush everything forever. You have got to learn how to rely on yourself. And like I said in Cold Man's Winter, episode 5 from season 1, for those that don't recall, and unfortunately, I would say the link is in the description, but it's not, because you got to go to my YouTube channel, tcjonesedits.com. No. YouTube.com/tcjonesedits to find my videos. But time, it's not meant to be wasted. It's not meant to be put in the back burner. You just like God, you can't put him in the back burner. You can't do that. And see, this is one good reason why we should ask questions. And just think, have you ever made plans to fix up the other half of the year? Because imagine this: if January through March was the first quarter, guess what? We already passed halftime, which is from April to June, and the third quarter just begun, ladies and gentlemen, July through September, and we're on July the 12th. The 12th day of July, month number 7, and we're getting to the fact that we just don't care about society anymore, or our beings, which continues with questions D through F, as in I'm deaf, like Def Jam, Def Leppard, or Def Soul, Def Squad. Shout out to Eric Sermon, Keith Murray, and Redman, Def Squad, the Def Squad trio themselves. And speaking of which, when are we gonna do more, like, depend on each other? If you can communicate with others, you should depend on them as well, and on others as well. And of course, from New Year's resolutions, what's the one resolution everybody can think of? I need to lose weight, including myself. I mean, I gotta give up junk food and whatnot. When are we gonna eat veggies? When are we gonna exercise? Or do this? Stretch on a daily, run, walk, ride our bike, and stay hydrated too. Because if being healthy is important, why are we not getting involved? It's because we have temptations of food, which can slow us down day after day, day in, day out. We got to do a better job. When are we going to face the music, like reality? Face the facts, like let some things be. Understand. Everybody learn a lesson or two, but others, they were like, dang it. I mean, you got to stop tripping over things. I mean, you can't be overly dramatic over nothing, and I got to work on that too. But just know, guys, that sometimes if you ask questions, you have to have some serious time to think. And if there's going to be a negative answer, you got to fix that. If it's a positive answer, you got to get involved. And even when it means to ask yourself, when will I get whatever it is together, get my life together, if I got to be on time to everywhere I go and take my issues, like my job seriously, my homework seriously. Remember, school's on its way. College, high school, middle school, elementary, you name it. Even when it means to get yourself on top of things, like your faith mostly. When am I going to put God in my life? Well, we're going to wait till we get to question letter with the letter P. H. When are we going to help out? Like, get involved. Don't be a couch potato. Get out of the house and find some events. Even donate. Donations. Put it in the pantry, even church pantries, if it's required at this particular time of the year. But I would suggest mostly at this time of the year, like back to school. But when it comes to holiday stuff, such as Thanksgiving or Christmas, mostly Christmas, you gotta do something. And even for the families who are struggling, not because they lost everything, not because they're homeless, but let's just say that it's based on the pandemic that's still taking place today. And even though we were told about the new variant referring to Delta, we're sick and tired of not taking vaccination seriously, because we need to get involved. We want cases to go down, down, down. So why don't we help each other? I mean, if you can't help others, you might as well help yourself, because we're struggling out here. We got to stop being so hostile and help others. Get involved. And since I talked about some examples of improving life, that's a good question to ask yourself. When will you improve? When will I improve my life? When will you improve yours? You got all the time in this world, but the time is now. I mean, every answer, when you ask a question that says when, you know the answer is always now, but you don't understand when now means, what now means. Like, get involved. It's going to take more than just shut up and move. No. We done took all the shut-ups that we can stand, and this is getting ridiculous. As if the people that's screaming is not on their medicine, been on that weed, on that beer, want to knock you out, or even kill you. If you don't do as I say, you will die. Now move. Like, even when it's orders. But sometimes orders can put everybody else in constant jeopardy. Remember that. Constant jeopardy is not what we all want to face, but we've been doing that for years, and we got to stop hurting. And also, for those that's going to be too hostile towards others, like they the boss, I'm the boss. You can't tell me what to do. I tell you, I give you orders, you move. Even when people like, man, screw him, screw her. How the heck she know? How the heck they know? They don't know a dang thing. That leads to a question with the letter J. When will I stop judging others, including myself? Who am I to judge but my dang self? You? Or maybe you can stop doing that to yourself. Stop being hostile. Stop walking around the pacing like, ooh, I want to kill that double crosser. No. You killing time. And you're killing time negatively to the fact that you're not using your time to accept you know what? Meditate or go to God in prayer. Ask for forgiveness of sins. But the questions, the when will I questions, I have to keep it going, because guess what? We're on letter K now. When will I keep up? Keep up with everything you say. Keep up with everything you say, do, see, like you're binge watching a 90s sitcom. For example, you watching Home Improvement, you need to stay upon it. Or maybe you might as well buy the complete series on DVD, whether at Walmart, Target, if they got it. No need to pretend. If you like comedy shows from the 90s, that's cool. Martin, Boy Meets World, Steve Harvey Show. Um, I mean, that's what buying some DVDs are for, unless you'd like to do it the old way, watch it on TV. Or you can do it on your laptop, your computer, watch it on phone. As long as you got good quality. I mean, some shows from back then they had some messages. Comedy shows did too, like the Cosby Show, A Different World, you know. But what will it take to bring it back? You know what I'm saying? Why can't we just keep up with the new gear, even if we hated it? For example, some fans are against Cardi B, some fans are against the Migos, and some fans they just like other rappers like Lil Baby. Oh, and also the Lil Baby. I hope you get your act together. That way you can be free, because you never expect people to get locked up. Your favorite celebrities, Lil Baby, Da Baby, who else? Lil Durk. Even for the fans of Kodak Black. And who else? Who else is new to date? Oh, the Stallion. The Stallion. Yeah. I can't forget about Megan. And if you like singing music like R&B, you can bump some Her. Shout out to Her. Her. Miss Focus. Miss Hard Place. The We Could Have Been. Man. She really is a real good singer. Powerful. I mean, multi talented. Sing, play, from drums, guitar, and piano. Oh man. She ought to be her one man band. Think about it. Think about it. But anyway, and of course, ever since my friends told me to check out J. Cole's new album, The Off Season, I told them that it was fire. I mean, the album was good. I mean, you can find it on YouTube. Just type in Off Season J. Cole full album, like full length, the whole album. You want to hear it. Even if they had some bonus tracks, like an instrumental, a rock and roll instrumental. Now the album is fire. I mean, you gotta keep up with everybody, like role models today. Even if you can't stand their behavior, just like I couldn't understand why LeBron gave up, but he moved on from that because of his movie Space Jam. And unfortunately, USA, they were suffering in the Olympics. They lost to Nigeria, then they lost to Argentina, but they bounced back without LeBron. What did it take for USA to bounce back in basketball? What will it take for the USA Olympic track runners? How are they going to get by without Sha'Carri Richardson? I mean, rules are rules. If you ain't down with it, you might as well get ready to suffer. But we don't want to suffer. Anyway, just like earlier, when will we all learn our lessons? If you don't like how it turns out, for instance, John Doe was minding his business and feeling okay about his car because it's in great clean mint condition until one random moron was driving by and a couple of nails from the back of his truck fell off and it started to rain, and the rain got too close to one of John Doe's tires to the fact that he can't even go anywhere because his tire was flat because of a nail. I've been in this situation and it sucks, but the fact is I really need to know when to hold my temper. You can't take everything too seriously. You can't take everything by heart all the time because it can kill you one day. It can kill your chances. That's why some people be complaining why, if or men, no, not complaining, but they be like, man, if I keep this up, I'll never get a girlfriend. I'll never be popular. Well, why can't you fix it right now? Matter of fact, not only do you learn your lessons, you move on. When will we move on? If we can't be in 1991, we might as well be in 2021. You like the old stuff. I like me. I like old school rap music because they had some fly beats, some funky bass lines. Even if you put the saxophone, you know, and DJ scratching like crazy. Back when hip hop had the funk. Back when R&B singers, they made some really good tunes. For instance, Tony Terry, when he did When I'm With You. Now, or Jodeci when they started off with Baby Won't You Just Stay. I mean, we would love to stay. If we lived in that time generation, the 90s, we would know exactly how good life was before now. But we can't stay like that forever. You like wearing regular clothes to school instead of polos and khakis with a belt. You like light bulbs, like old school traffic lights. For instance, there used to be some traffic lights. You know, the three lights with the turning signals. In Jackson, Tennessee, they had most of the traffic lights were red ball, some were yellow ball, some were yellow arrows, and green arrows, the turning lanes. But since LED came along, well, incandescent, but when LED came along, LED lights, every turning light, three light turning signals, they turn from red ball, yellow ball, or yellow arrow, and green arrow to just all arrowed out, totally arrowed out. Red arrow, yellow arrow, green arrow, to the left. I mean, sometimes we have needs. Some of us will rather have enough guts to bring back some incandescent traffic lights on and stop wearing uniforms to school. And some of us like older cars. Some believe in donks, riding in the donks with them big gold rims, candy paint, and all that. Some like box Chevys, like me. I'm a box Chevy diehard fan of box Chevys. The 1977 through 1990 Caprice. Meanwhile, Impala, they ended in 1985. And not to mention Chevrolet, they lasted longer than any other companies, car companies that created the box design from the late 70s to the early 80s. But Chevy lasted to 1990. And then, speaking of 90s, we went to the bubble. The bubble. And now, what we got? We got a lot of cars. They change. You like the old gear. You like the old styles. For instance, I like old school jerseys, and I have 7 NBA jerseys in the old school. From Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon to Reggie Miller to Kevin Garnett to Penny Hardaway to Dikembe Mutombo to who else do I got? Oh yeah, Michael Cooper and Robert the Chief Parrish. Because the way that the jerseys looked, it had style, it had swag. You can even rock, everybody be rocking Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls 23 jersey. Cause it's a legend. You rock the legends, you feel like a legend. You feel more cool. But we gotta move on. Focus on the time period right now as we speak. And also feel free to navigate. Like get out the house. Get in your car. If you don't like the specific day, why don't you change all that? Just chillax. Like navigate, explore, see the world. Whether on train, bus, boat, car, you got to get out of the comfort zone, and even when it's a bad day, you know what I'm saying? That really matters. I mean, you can't be stalling. You really need to see what your future holds for you. Because guess what? For us college students, we're going to have to accept the fact that we are no longer free. All because when it comes to internships, we have to take our career seriously. Even when it means to work a week. All week. We got to navigate. We got to act our age. We got to be aware of our surroundings, communicate with others, depend on others, exercise and eat healthy, face the music or reality, get it together, help out, improve our lives, judge others less, and judge ourselves less as well. Because we are involved in our own crimes. We rely on our so-called crimes that we've committed from then to now. We need to keep up, learn our lessons, move on, navigate. And also, for those who are sick and tired of being hurt and being afraid, especially from rejection to getting your butt kicked by bullies, and even when it's life-threatening, we need to overcome our fears. I hope y'all Nicos ain't scared to die. But sometimes overcoming our fears is not as easy as you think it is, because we'll do some more sin. Well, we can overcome sin. The only way we can do that is if we leave others alone. Like, don't get involved with the bad guys. Don't try to be too cool to the fact that you avoiding your responsibilities. The only way to be cool is to be yourself. And if you don't fight as much, you got to know when to speak out. Or learn how to fight from, like, let's say your older brother, your older sister, or anybody from your family. Like, they want you to fight with your fists. Like, be like a boxer. If you're going to be compared to a boxer, you might as well be either Iron Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. No, not Joe Frazier. Joe Louis. Jack Johnson, George Frazier, George Foreman, you know. Or maybe be like Floyd Mayweather. But the goal is to win. And in the words of the late John Witherspoon, this is what makes you a man. When I was growing up, this is all the protection we needed. You win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day. Because guess what? If you try to fight a bully with a gun, you are going to make the biggest mistake of your life. To the fact you want to contemplate suicide. No, you need to overcome that too. Overcome your fears. Say no to suicide and say yes to what really matters. And your life is one of them. Next up, first and foremost, the number one when will I question we need to ask on a daily basis. When will I put God first? Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. When are we going to do that? Look, you already know. You just don't want to get involved. That's the problem. That's why fault's starting to build up like rocks. And I don't mean crack. I mean big rocks, to the fact that if one rock is making a heel, we gon' going to stumble on it. Because guess what? Imagine if a rock slide took place. You're going to end up dead or cut with bruises, hurt like crazy. So overcome your fears, put God first, and quit less. Don't be a quitter. Keep going. Some I would have told LeBron in the Dear LeBron video, look, everything is not the same. The years are not the same. But some words are because of repetitiveness. And also for not taking your life seriously. You taking your life for granted in the wrong way. And that's exactly why life is so complicated. You got to stop. Stop, look, listen. Use this. But in God's eyes, you got to use this. Because the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And the heart needs to be cleansed. Give me a clean heart. I was not worthy. You know? And also, you need to ask yourself this. When will we remember? If you don't know what you did, you don't recall what you did, you might as well write it down so that way you can remember. Even when it means to count up how much money you put in a random card, like you're giving it to somebody that you know. Families, because of birthdays or graduations. Just remember. And don't try to change the story. Tell the story. In other words, the way people say telling the story is like you're telling a lie. You're lying to me. Boy, can't we all stop lying. Made me want to think of Annoying Rhapsody, my so-called version of Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't want to lie. No, I don't want to cry. I sometimes wish I never told lies at all. However, when will we start over? When we are down to the last drop, like Maxwell, make your house a Maxwell house. Like a last drop of drink, and the bottle or cup is already empty. We need to recharge. Like we're like batteries. We need to recharge. Start over. Fill yourself to 100, but do it positively. Be not a fool. Be wise. Be smart about this. If you know you messed up because of what you said or done, you got to fix that. Which is like you're comparing yourself to confessing your sins. Brothers and sisters, I have sinned. I repent of my sins. Please pray for me that I make better decisions towards others and for myself. Repentance, that's one way to start over. Tell somebody that you're sorry and start on a clean slate. I mean, is that too much to ask? And also, when will we take care of ourselves? Take care of your body. Don't overpierce it. Don't overpierce yourself. Don't attach yourself to the fact that you're not clean. Don't try to overeat. Like I said earlier, exercise or eat healthy. And also, you need to get all the guilt out of your system. Like, if you're guilty for not taking showers, why don't you get involved? Go to the bathroom, start up some nice water, and scrub to get all the dirt off of your body. Get rid of the dry skin, the dead skin. Feel fresh. Brush teeth. Stop drinking, stop smoking. Like, take care of yourselves. don't want nothing bad to happen to you, especially in this pandemic. Because all we can do is wash our hands, rub, scrub the soap. But like we were told, first off, you need to wet your hands. Some probably just use soap and rub water, turn on water and start rubbing their hands with the soap. And you got to do it 20 seconds. It's not over yet. The war against the pandemic is not over yet. And we need more vaccinations, that because our lives matter. Not just black lives or white lives or red lives or yellow lives or blue lives. All lives matter when it comes to the pandemic. So take care of yourself. And also, in the words of Escape, the R&B group, from their 1993 #1 hit single, Understanding. Wait, no. That word alone, understanding. When will I understand? When will you understand? What I need from you is understanding. How can we communicate if you don't hear a word I say? What I need from you is understanding. So simple as 1, 2, 3, because understanding is what we need. Another question, and now we're in letter V. V, Roman numeral for 5, but the letter V stands alone. When will we value our times? With family members? More often. Stop being introvert. Stop being ashamed. I mean, if you ain't got nothing relatable to say based on today, why not work on that? Pick up the phone. Text somebody. Maybe even stop by the house. But before you do, you got to call the person that you want to see and let your family know before you just drift off. Because there are some people that don't like the idea. And I had to learn that the hard way. To the fact that I took it too seriously. But I'm not going to make that same mistake ever again. Referring to Coleman's Winter, episode 11. But I had to make it take 2. All you can do is go to youtube.com/TCJonesEdits, my channel, to see for yourself. Heck, if you like what you're hearing, why don't you binge watch me? Binge watch from my first video to now. That's up. Because others are private. I don't understand. But based on parents, they want you to focus on education. Because when you live on your own, you can do whatever you want. But as long as you be careful of what you put on social media. God is watching, everybody's watching, and I will refuse to hear the news about someone committing suicide after getting catfished. No catfishing, no hackers, no stupidity allowed on social media. That's one thing we need to be aware of when we value our times based on what we do for a living. I gotta work on that. Y'all do too. And speaking of which, since I'm talking about what's going on, when will you all wake up? Stay woke, Like, keep it real. Be you. Be powerful. It takes more than just raising your right fist. Stay aware, ladies and gentlemen. Wake up. Use your mind. Your consciousness is waiting. People want you to use your mind very, very much. But don't use it too much to the fact that you're sarcastic. You think you know it all. It's not going to happen that way. You'll never have friends like that. Because they figure you're acting like a big jerk. And if you act like a big jerk, you got to work on that. Like, tone down. But you still need to stay woke. Open your eyes, open your mind, free your mind, and see what you're dealing with on a daily basis. And yes, also you got to escape. When will you escape the madness? Escape it. Not S, not ESCAPE. XSEAPE. The same way that the group Escape that I was talking about earlier, the way they spell their names. The same way it was spelled on Michael Jackson's posthumous album released in 2014, which featured the song Love Never Felt So Good featuring Justin Timberlake. Escape. X. When are we going to do that? You know the answer. I'm not going to repeat myself because you know the answer. That's on you. You can answer that for yourself. And yes, in the words of the hymn, when will you? When will I? When will we yield not to temptation, for yielding is sin? Each victory will help you, some others to win. Fight manfully onward, dark passion subdue. Look ever to Jesus, and he will carry you through. Why don't you ask the Savior to help you, comfort, strengthen, and keep you? Jesus is willing to aid you, and he will carry you through. And when it means yield not to temptation, like don't get involved. Even if it means to lust. No lusting. Keep your eyes off the prize. It's like a dude trying to stay sober after 5 weeks of rehabilitation, like a month in rehabilitation to stop drinking, and he saw this golden 40-ounce bottle, and like, I can't help it. But a lot of people will be like, no man, you better not. You just got out of rehabilitation for a month. You ain't never gonna drink again. Now focus on this. Like, let's say that somebody had an idea to hypnotizing with water. Like, focus on water, H2O. If that worked, then he'll be drinking water for the rest of his life. Like that. That's a perfect example of yielding not to temptation. Like, you see a 40-ounce bottle of malt liquor. No, I'm not going to drink that. Because somebody else is like, no. Think about this. Forget about that 40-ounce. Water is what you need. Now you went sober. That's a good example of yielding not to temptation. And of course, for all people, the final question: when will we? I fooled you. But you understand what I mean. When will we catch some Z's? When will we sleep some more? Like a good night's rest. Now, we were told that the best hours of sleep is between 7 to 9 hours. But some people are not good with this. I'm not good with it. I can't even get up in my own alarm clock. Well, I got to work on that. I got to work on getting some good night's rest. Got to set up. Yes, I mean it. I got to set up a new sleeping schedule. Because guess what? We'll be back to school in a month, and we got to work on that. All of us got to work on that. Even when it means to work out our schedule when we work and go to school. Some of y'all will probably finish up by this fall in college. But for high schoolers, you got a whole list load of time to spend. So, there you have it. Questions from A to Z, and I will say this in alphabetical order. When will I act my age, be aware of my surroundings, communicate with others, depend on each other, exercise / eat healthy, face the music or reality, get it together, whatever it is, help others, improve my life? J, when will I judge others less? When will I keep up with time? Keep up with whatever it is that you need to keep up with. When will I learn my lessons? When will I, what did I say for M? I still got the paper and it says move on. You learn your lessons, move on, navigate, overcome your fears. Put God first. Quit less. Don't be a quitter. Keep moving. Remember. Start over. Also, take care of business. Like, now first I said take care of yourselves, like your bodies, but mostly take care of business. If you got homework, get it done. If you got a problem with your car, like you got to get it fixed before school starts in a month, get it done now. If you got so much drama on your mind and you need to come to the Bible to help you get through the day, matter of fact, get through the rest of your life, get it done. Clean your room. Iron, vacuum, wipe with disinfectant wipes, dust, brush teeth, brush hair, comb hair, shampoo. Get some energy in you going. Even get healthy. Get it done. Take care of your business. Understand. Value your time. Wake up. Escape. Yield not to temptation. And Z's. Catch some Z's. Like, get some sleep. Those questions you really need to ask yourself. Or you can just come up with your own when will I questions in your own ABC order. From A through Z, you need to come up with some ideas and focus and live through it. Because if you don't, you're going to continue to fool around and feel overly dramatic. And you don't want that. With all that being said, all you got to do is follow these guidelines, these YouTube guidelines. Like this video. Comment if you can relate to what I'm talking about. And come up with some ideas. Like what I can talk about for my next video. And it gives time, but somebody's got to do it. Share the videos in social media form. And finally, if you really like what I'm talking about, feel free to subscribe. You'll get notified. You'll click the bell. You'll get notified. You'll get more information, even videos like rap videos or me singing, anything I can think of doing when I have the free time. And there will be more in stores. Because guess what? My YouTube channel is far from over. Because I got a whole lot more people to subscribe. But it takes time. So that means I need to step my game up. But what about you? When will you step your game up? When will you like, comment, share, and subscribe? Now, the choice is yours. Because I refuse to lose a subscriber. When you know we all need some good advice on a daily basis. Even when we're not in our best behavior, we still got to give good advices. We still got to give what the audience like you, viewers like you, want. And we thank you for helping us come up with some ideas. When will you take this seriously? Because for one YouTube to another, you viewers are making it possible for us to keep going. And this is yours truly, Taylor Jones, signing out.